I was talking about the yield curve here in Japan, and of course, a big part of that is the expectation that the Bank of Japan will have to delay its rate hike. You wanted to see those rate hikes come faster. Will this be a problem for the Japanese economy and the broader public?
Yes. If the Bank of Japan delay the rate increase, I think it would mean inflation will continue. Everything we import will be higher. And then we have a LDP leadership election. And all the opposition parties wants to increase spending, the government spending, meaning the government deficit will be bigger. And that has very negative implication to the Japanese economy, I believe. So this is kind of serious moment.
Already we saw the LDP's really election defeat in July and also last year because of these cost of living concerns. How is the Japanese public doing, and what does the next prime minister need to do?
Well, I strongly believe we need to fix yen rate. So in order to do that, Bank of Japan need to increase the interest rate. I think that's the core of the problem. But instead of doing that, the Japanese politics has been trying to give out the benefit to the household. It doesn't work, and it just simply increases the government deficit, and that would further speed up the inflation. So what we have been doing is wrong, and I think we need to go back to the core of this problem, which is low interest rate. And the way we are trying to handle and the way the Prime Minister is leaving his office may work against that. So that's what I'm very strongly worried about.
So you don't agree with the cash handouts or even the sales tax cuts that are being proposed now?
Well, sales cut will definitely increase government deficit. And the handout, there's no way we can tell who's in trouble, who is not. So when we do the cash handout, we simply just give out to everybody. And many of them goes to simply their bank account. So it's not helping, and it just increasing government expenditure, government deficit. So we need to do something different. And the opposition don't agree with that. So that whoever becomes next LDP leader need at least one opposition party supporting coalition or each policy. So, and every opposition want more expenditure. So that means the Japanese budget situation could get worse.
Will you be running for the LDP election?
I'm sleeping on it.
You're still sleeping on it. Is there a risk right now that we could see this revolving door of prime ministers, given, of course, also the weakened position of the LDP?
Yes, LDP lost the majority in both houses. That's why the prime minister is leaving office. And whatever we do, we still need at least one opposition party supporting our budget or the bill. So the new prime minister will be in a very weak position unless at least one opposition party decided to join the coalition. Then we could secure the majority, and then we can do more stable policies.
Given what we saw from the July elections, how much of an identity crisis is the LDP in right now, given that you need to also choose between wooing right-wing voters to also trying to portray a perhaps fresher image, given, of course, the old party politics image that the LDP still has with the public?
Well, I think our situation is something like American Republican Party with Tea Party movement. There's very noisy minority coming from the right, and some part of our LDP sort of veer to the right. But I think that is wrong. I think we always try to be catch-all party. So LDP need to be sitting in the center, or at least center right. So there's going to be a party struggle, excuse me, between the extreme right wing or center right. And I think the way forward should be LDP going back to the center right.
Is it problematic that we saw the rise of these far-right groups like Sanseito, for example, that are anti-immigration at a time when, of course, Japan faces the challenges of shrinking and aging population as well?
Well, because our population is shrinking, we definitely need foreign people coming into Japan as a workforce. But we really need to have a very strict rule for the work permit. And in the past, I think we didn't implement the rules correctly. And that's why there were some foreign people coming in illegally, working in Japan illegally. And we didn't take necessary measures. And people see that, and people have some fear in those number going up. That led to the rise of sanseito or anti-immigration feeling. So what we need to do is we set the policy and we implement those policy for foreign workforce strictly. And that way people have some sense of stability. And those who are working in Japan according to the rule, they should be welcome and they should be taken care of.
Immigration, such a big issue around the world, right? Let me turn briefly to the United States, because what we have seen these ICE raids when it comes to Hyundai, LG factories as well. I want to bring the conversation into trade negotiations, into investments into the United States. Do you see those as problematic when Japan also has an agreement with the U.S. to invest hundreds of billions of dollars when you don't have clarity over the investment parameters and how freely you can operate in that country?
Well, this tariff issue, I mean, it came down from 25 to 15, so people feel this has been solved. But it's actually going up from 2 point something to 15%. So this tariff issue is wrong to begin with. And on top of that, we don't exactly know what's going to happen. There are some talks about Japan investing in Alaskan gas and oil, but I'm not sure if that is economically feasible. So there are a lot of things still not clear. So we really should be talking to the people what has been agreed, and we still are not sure. So I think there are a lot more things to do. That's why the Prime Minister didn't resign the night of the upper house election, even we lost the majority. The Prime Minister tried to take care of this issue, and now we are ready to sign a joint statement. And that's why Prime Minister is leaving the office. But we are still not clear exactly what's going to happen. And even we sign a joint statement, we still don't know.
Could this uncertainty threaten the Japan-U.S. alliance?
It could. It could. That's what I'm worried about. The situation in East Asia, economically or in terms of security, it's unstable. And U.S.-Japan alliance supposed to be the cornerstone of the stability in East Asia. This U.S.-Japan security treaty is public goods for the region, not just for two countries. But now the base of that, the political relationship, is a bit unclear, and I'm very worried about the situation.